I love that, Louise. Marriage works. I love my marriage. Do you love your marriage?
Indeed.
Okay. Do you love your marriage as much as you're going to love this beautiful treat by Lasana? Sita's gorgeous roti.
It cannot be compared, Lancelot.
Oh, you can't compare roti with marriage, huh?
At all.
Because it's M&R. Okay, girl, Lasana has treated us. And you know the funny thing about it, this girl, I find this was so strange. We pulled into KFC in Cora Junction there, and we were going to
Have a treat.
have a
to bring
treat.
for Lasana.
Yes. And just at that point in time, do you know that Lasana called Louis?
Same time I was going to call him
Yes.
to tell him we're bringing home Kentucky. He called to say, I bought roti for you all.
Imagine that. Just at the point when you're coming out the car, you know, and you
Yes.
just decided to call him, and he says, "Come home. I have a treat for you all."
But Lance, there's always been that connection.
Come in this seat, old Louise. Switch across to this seat over here.
This is my roti.
That's your roti? How you know it's your roti? You bite it already?
No, I fixed my paper.
You fix your paper?
Yes.
So why you fix mine?
Well, I don't know if you want to wrap it. And cook
Okay.
up. There was always that connection, Lance,
Uh-huh.
with you and Lasana.
That is correct.
Always the connection. When Sana went to hotel school, you will stay up. And just as you will open the gate, Lasana would reach. Whether it's 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the night,
Yes.
there was always that connection that you had with Lasana.
Mm-hmm.
And I talking about Sana was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
18 years old, and now he's 40, going on 48.
Yes.
So, connection is connection.
Connection is connection. You cannot deny it. So, Luis, he has graciously bought us these roti from
Right.
Sita.
You
So,
know, Sita name come to stay.
Sita come to stay, boy. We still had to go up there. You know, I want to eat a roti under her house there.
Yes, of course.
This looks really good, boy. Wow. Zen Holmes, boy. I don't know what you're doing today, but we're going down behind Sita.
And it's Friday.
Yes, Friday, boy. Yeah.
We lift our hearts
In praise to thee, O giver of all good. O blessings, Father, rich and free, our lives are held of good. I want to catch our first bite there, Louise. I really want to catch our first bite. How it is it?
Top of the line, Sita. Top of the
Okay.
line.
You feel it could compare with chicken and chips, girl?
Mm-mm.
Or this chicken and chips could compare with this?
This was the better of the two choices.
Very good, very good.
It was the better.
Well, here we
So
go,
thank you,
fellas.
Lasana. Very thoughtful of you.
Yesterday I was saying in that little video by the mall there, West Indians were well cooked. And I mentioned Jamaicans and Guyanese, and somebody wrote saying, and Bajans too, you know. I agree. Bajans could really cook too.
All island people.
The other thing on your cheeks there is
And we didn't bring the napkins.
just pass it next side.
All island people.
They could well cook, huh?
Yeah, like even, you remember that lady from the Philippines in Cayman?
Miss Laggy.
Island people. Something about the islands.
Simple, hardworking, talented. I really wanted to go Cora and sit down under that tree and eat this, I had in my day this Kentucky up there. But boy, Louise, I need to give you something to wipe your cheeks.
I was bringing napkins.
Lord. But I thought of them 3 dogs, boy. Even if you feed them, they're the one Kentucky too, boy. As they carry roti, they want the roti too.
So what was the topic to be up in Cora?
Cora could inspire any topic, girl. Cora
Childhood?
could.
Your childhood in Cora?
I think we cover that enough. But I want to go and see my partner Peter. Star roti real tasting great.
Real good.
A lovely day, despite some threatening clouds. But life is like that, eh? Always some little dark cloud hovering. Mommy girl?
Well, I always say what I don't eat as well.
What I like about you, eh? You remain the same girl I knew,
Country girl to heart.
But it's a good thing I didn't meet you eating roti, eh?
Why?
Well, boy, as I say, the future look like I'll be cleaning the office all the time.
Real good.
Get on to it with both hands, man.
Retirement is really a good part of your life,
Hey, but you remember, as you're talking about a retirement, before you retired and me retired,
And let me tell you what you're going to see.
what are you going to say?
We used to go on our date and buy a roti in Bossier Village. That was one roti I thought was irreplaceable by anybody. But Sita is a close finish. Sita is a close finish with that roti. Yeah, man. Nan should pick me up. And I am talking about 40 years ago, eh? Pick me up. We go and we buy our roti in Bossier Village there. I don't know if that, we had gone back like a few years ago and a son was running it.
The old man had passed away.
But I think we went back after that and it was closed.
Yeah, the business. But boy, that roti shop did well. It was tasty.
As I say, Sita is a close finish.
The roti was soft, delicate.
Moist. When you were satisfied but never felt like a mackerel.
And you know what was nice to this girl? What was good and romantic about it?
We will go and park in St. Clair there, in the back by Ministry of Agriculture. What was the name of those streets, boy? Under a nice big tree.
Anyway, down by the Oval. You even park on Lady Chancellor Road, overlooking the zoo.
Mm-hmm. Eat our roti. Go back to work. That time you were in transport? Yeah. Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We did it while you were working at the Express. But we continued to do it for many years, even when you were free from the truck. You would pick me up
Mm-hmm.
and go. Time together,
Mm.
alone time together is an important thing in a marriage.
Yes.
Yeah, I really think that was one of the hallmarks.
What's that? How does Santa refer to that dog? Let me give him something. I know Santa has a soft spot for this dog. Come boy. Hello. Hello, my friend. He's very nice, huh? Hello. Hey. How you going there?
Very good. I finished and you still.
Yeah, I come in behind, man. Slow but sure. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get the dog eat chicken bones, you know.
No?
No, you can't. The owner doesn't really want chicken bones being fed to the dog, you know. I agree, you know, they say the little splinters
Yeah.
could interfere with the intestines and all of that.
Well, this was great. Thank you, Lord, and thank you, Lasana, for being so kind and thoughtful,
Mm-hmm.
realizing that when we come back, we will be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Too late to cook.
Hmm? You can do? Hmm? Oh, no.
I'm looking at you with your roti.
Mm-hmm.
I will take these down.
Hmm?
I'm just washing my hands and my face.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Well, let's see what Lance is doing with his roti. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Yes, Lancelot,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing good.
I remember I used to borrow Frank Allen's car. The news editor.
Mm-hmm.
To take you for a road deal.
Yes, man.
Mm.
We were friends, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that one of the necessary thing is to be friends with your husband or your wife.
Mm-hmm.
To be friends that you can talk about things without being afraid.
Don't let your finger get over the camera. Just hold it as it is.
Yeah. You know that you should not be afraid to have to talk to your husband.
Mm-hmm.
You all should be mature enough to be able to discuss without getting angry. And if it is discussing something and it's getting out of hand, what you do is you say, well, we'll continue this talk
Mm-hmm.
at another time. Right now, timing is not correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But communication in a marriage is a very important thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can say, if I have to recommend something in a marriage, I will definitely say communication is important. To be able to talk about things.
Mm-hmm. It's roti. It's boss. And curry and boss.
And the backyard is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The-
I might be spoiling the scenery.
I know I can always pick them up. I pick up sceneries around you
Mm.
to compliment you. But you're not spoiling the scenery at all. You are complimenting the scenery. And Francis mango tree in the back there is so beautiful.
You know, a while ago, you talked about not being mature enough to talk things over.
Yeah.
You know what you mean by maturity?
What is it?
Definition.
Mm-hmm.
Maturity is having a balanced personality,
Yeah.
right? So that even when responding to issues, it's necessary to have a sense of maturity.
Balance.
Mm-hmm.
Balance is a very important word in mental health,
Mm-hmm.
to be balanced.
Mm-hmm.
You know, remember I mentioned before about the windmill,
Right.
all the what's the
All
word?
the blades.
All the blades must be balanced.
Right.
You don't play emphasis only on the physical blade
Yes.
and ignore the spiritual blade
That's right.
and different blades. Each has to be balanced because balance is what will make us responsible, to not be sensitive, because to be able to communicate well, we can't be too sensitive,
Yeah, excuse me, because I don't have any napkins. I don't have.
Yeah. If there were napkins, but we didn't bring it.
Okay. Well, I am so happy that you mentioned I was mature. Because I was thinking about a mature audience, even when you put out something. No.
Imagine that.
Yes. Now, this mature audience has nothing to do with something that is inappropriate. We're not talking here about inappropriate stuff. We're talking about maturity as an
And
audience.
how you view things.
So I was doing a little kind of research yesterday. And what I'm going to quote here is really from a point of view of, I try to take it from newspaper point of view. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You with me?
Yep.
If we could point out that, okay, in our country here, we have 3 daily newspapers. Right? We have the Express, we have the Guardian, we have the Newsday. Now you notice I call the Express first because I have an affinity with the Express.
Of course, loyalty too.
Yes, loyalty, affinity, So the Express has its readership, the Guardian has its readership, and the Newsday has its readership.
Of course.
And if you, as a mature individual, will say, I don't like the Guardian, right?
Mm-hmm.
What will be your basis for not liking the Guardian? Okay?
Well, if I am to answer that from a direct point of view, I didn't like the Guardian because it was too big.
Just kind of hold it up a little.
Yeah, the Guardian.
Yes.
To read the Guardian, for me, I felt it was so cumbersome.
It was cumbersome.
Yeah. The Express and at the time the Sun was user friendly because of the size.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But there are real die-hard people who read the Guardian, especially the elderly folks,
Right.
because again, because your hands. You're blocking
Okay,
them.
that's okay. Right.
Yeah, because of their loyalty that they knew the Guardian was the original paper, it was the Gazette
Right.
and then the Guardian. So the elderly folks were really the Guardian readers.
The Guardian readers, right.
The younger people, I think the Express appealed to them more because, well, I don't know, for varied reasons, but for me, I find it was user friendly and the news was good. They had good articles.
Mm-hmm.
So, but everybody and is entitled to a choice.
That is what we're talking about here now.
We have to respect that I like the Express,
Mm-hmm.
but your neighbor like the Guardian,
Right.
and different people who like the Bomb and who like the Mirror,
Right.
right? Of course, I didn't like the Bomb because I thought, that there was so much exposure of women being exploited with their bodies.
You're talking about the Punch, maybe?
The Punch and the
Okay.
Bomb.
Uh-huh.
you
Oh
know.
no, the Bomb was a kind of different paper, mommy. The
The
Bomb
Punch.
wasn't.
The Punch.
And the Punch was a little too dramatic,
Yes,
Dramatic in terms of exposure.
yes. So
Right.
as a young lady, I did not like it. But a lot of people, especially men, they like the Punch.
Okay, good. They got a good punch out of it.
Yeah. So it is a matter of maturity to accept and appreciate that everybody entitled to what they like and what they don't like.
Good. So let me just introduce now some statistics
Right.
to show that we have a world that is made up of choices ready,
Yeah.
different opinions and whatnot. At the end of 2019, the United States had 6,700 newspapers, down from almost 9,000 in 2004. Today, more than 200 of the nation's 3,143 counties and equivalents have no newspaper, no alternative source of credible and comprehensive information on critical issues. Okay, that kind of heavy to digest, but the fact is,
a little bit above my head.
above your head. But the thing about it is, if you have 6,700 newspapers available, right? You can multiply that by at least 5 in a household, right? Look how many people have access to newspapers, and they have to have a sense of maturity when they go into the paper they like best, okay?
Yeah.
Now, the largest daily newspaper in the US, in the United States, based on circulation numbers, is the Wall Street Journal.
Right.
When you think of Wall Street now, you think of heavy stuff, You think of stocks and all of that, right?
Yeah.
And there are more than 3,749 million subscribers, okay, to this newspaper, right? And more than 3 million digital subscriptions pass through it, right?
And this is in America you're talking about?
Yes, in America you're talking about.
Right.
But you remember the thing about it is, we all have to accept, as you rightly said before, that people must have a sense of maturity to choose what they think is best for them.
Yeah.
Good? Right? Now, the largest English newspaper in the world is the Times of India, with an average daily circulation of 3,146,000 according to the World Association of Newspapers.
Wow.
You have a circulation of 3 million plus? No, sorry. That's 3 billion.
3 billion, 3
Mhm.
million some exorbitant.
No.
enough.
I'm wrong. 3,146,000. Right?
Not 3 billion.
Not 3 billion, 3 million.
Yeah, when you're quoting figures, you gotta be sure you say the correct thing there.
Right. Right? But the point again is what constitutes a sense of maturity? A
Right.
sense of maturity comes with your choice. So if you choose the Times of India and I choose USA Today, or I choose the Mirror, or I choose the Newsday, the fact is we are operating with a sense of maturity. Now, maturity ought to bring integrity.
Yeah.
So if you like, let's say you like social media, and I would prefer to like something else, something a little more. I like reading over social media.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me less acceptable,
No.
right? It doesn't. If you like roti and I like Chinese food, or I prefer crab and kalaloo over, let me say what else,
Red beans.
over red beans, right? Should you condemn me?
No. Well, that's where respect comes in.
Right, right,
You respect who you are and what you like and what you don't like.
right. That's right.
You know, that is, and that is one of the things that is lacking, respect. Most times, we want each other, whether it's our children, whether it's our spouse, to do it the way we know it.
Mm-hmm.
But the maturity is to accept that sometimes your own children think different to you. So what are you going to do? Make them think like you? No, that's not possible, because the genes are a real thing. People rally genes. Like you take some genes from your forefathers, and nowhere in the family that you know had these genes, and you find the child is so different. But you have to accept the child as a child is. Once what they're doing is not ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So a mature audience has to be fully developed and balanced in personality, in emotional behavior. I was looking at something. I don't know if I could just repeat it. The age of maturity. Brains, they say, are fully developed about age 25. Right?
Right.
Some studies say that men are fully developed brain-wise at age 43,
You mean to say, oh, there's so much behind
and women
us?
at age 32.
Well, I always heard that it says that women are more mature than men by about 2 years.
Uh,
I mean, I've heard that. I never, research it or anything. But now this statistic is saying a lot more years, more
yeah,
advanced.
yes, I can't. It took me all that time to age 43. Why? I thought at 21 when I married you, I was mature.
Yeah, you're a mature man. But maybe it varies.
Perhaps it
Some
does.
people mature younger than others. Because, like for instance, someone was speaking to me recently, a woman, so we on the same level, female, and she was telling me that when she saw one of our videos where I said that when you proposed to me, or when I proposed to you,
Right.
the time came about where we're going to live.
Mm.
And at 19, that I told you that, Lancy, if you really want to live with your parents, I mean, while I love them, it's nothing that I have against them. My desire is that we will have our own home
Mm-hmm.
and work together as a young couple
That's right.
towards our goals.
Mm-hmm.
And this person, who is over 40, told me that she not sure that whether she could have been so mature to say that. And I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So I think that people mature differently. People
Okay.
mature. And yes, I think that by a certain age, you will, if you're not mature, you're not going to get mature again.
Really?
I feel so.
You don't think experiences can bring out maturity in the long run?
Boy, sometimes experiences make people worse, you know.
Yeah.
Not, you know, they say whatever experience you're going through, it must come out better, not bitter. So I don't know that bad experiences will make somebody more mature. I think maturity is something that early in your life, due to having responsibilities and so, probably mold you into maturity. You know, like for instance, long ago, parents taught their daughters to learn to cook from 11 years old.
Take a little drink there so that your throat won't get dry.
Yeah. And at 11 years old, children learn how to cook. Such a person in life with maturity of food, cooking will never be an issue to them because they was able to master it at a very early age. And to me, that's maturity. To be able to cope with responsibilities at an early age. As you grow older, it gets perfected. If you were not responsible at an early age, and at age 20, 25, you recognize, hey boy, you know, I'm not really ready for responsibilities. Well, then you can pull yourself together and say, I've got to be more mature.
Right.
My concept of maturity is how you conduct yourself in times of responsibility, how you bear your burden.
Okay, let me elaborate here a little bit on what I have researched, right? Because it really brings up what you're saying, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
A mature person knows how to prioritize others before themselves.
Right.
Right? So you're putting others before yourself. Now it takes maturity to really do that, eh?
Yeah, because if
Self
you're
doesn't want that.
selfish, if you're selfish, you think about yourself first. Now, there is a school of thought now that I am hearing a lot of. I don't know if I beg to differ on the matter, but I hear a lot of people say you have to love self first. Love self, and then if you love self, you could be of help to others. Well, in our time, I don't know that that was how you thought. You love others and you be there for others. Actually, we were brought up to feel.
When you say our time, you're talking about your era,
Yeah.
not your particular home life, or that impacted on your home life.
Well, I think, well, I'm not too sure if I could generalize and say our era, meaning everybody my age group, but maybe growing in the country, I don't know, growing up and being responsible from young, you maybe the household, I don't know, but you were taught to not say no to people. You must not, if someone need help, you must never say no.
You mean in that respect, not say no to people?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now you hear that you have to know when to say no.
Well, there's some merit to that, eh?
Yes.
There is some merit to that, eh?
Yeah, because when
You could be crushed.
Yeah, because
If you're
when
not
I
careful.
look back at, you know, those who have been brought up that way, you can actually see and feel, but boy, you could really be taken advantage of. So to know when to say no, if you are not feeling up to something, you say no. But subconsciously, because you were brought up to be taught to be their fathers.
Okay.
You
But they say
understand?
that what they're driving at here too. Self, you know, if you put others before self, right?
Yes.
You know, it helps. It really helps your growth. It
Right.
helps your growth.
Yeah.
Let me interject a little bit here.
Yeah, but
There's
I
some,
think it's more or less that's the kind of thinking.
Right.
That if you put others before you
Mm-hmm.
and be there for them, is a sense of maturity because you, generally speaking, if you are immature, it's about me.
Mm-hmm.
It's about me, not nobody else.
Okay. So there are some examples of maturity, and one that I picked out I really like. It says an example of maturity is found in one who can control temper and not engage in meaningless arguments.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why earlier on we were talking about communication. That if it is a communication, you're talking together and it's getting out of hand, it means you're not ready yet for that topic.
Mm-hmm.
Timing is not is important, but you right now you're too overwhelmed or too aggressive to talk over things in a meaningful manner that you both could disagree and agree in the end
Mm-hmm.
on not my way or your way, but come to a compromise. And that is what maturity is all about.
Right, very good, very good. So we want to remind our viewers that this little skirting of what is a mature concept has nothing to do with inappropriate material, but it is about, how to develop one's personality in a positive way. Right? It's not going to come easy if you are not inclined, but it's whim and fancy as fast as things come along.
Yeah.
But it calls for some reckoning and some, introspection. It calls for some consideration. It calls for some, even the word debate. We could say, well, it calls for a little debating, friendly debate.
Yeah, and if
You
a
know?
friendly debate is getting out of hand, somebody just have to step back
Right.
and dismiss, you know, maybe it could be picked up later on, or not even be picked up because you're just not on the same page.
Right.
It's not every time everybody will be on the same page,
That's right.
but we have to be respectful about somebody's opinion.
Now I want to go a little further now. Usually on social media, you could find some mean comments, okay? Mean dialogue, mean,
Yeah.
antagonistic comments,
Yeah.
right? And what would be prompting mean comments on social media? If social media is a vehicle for information, education, and entertainment, where does this social media antagonist fit in?
Because everybody want to ventilate their anger.
Okay. But why does somebody choose to be mean on social media, whether it be Facebook or whatever?
Well, because I at least from my point of view, I will say it is to be mean on social media
Mm.
is a certain amount of insecurity
Mm-hmm.
and a certain amount of anger. Which is to say that if you cannot communicate face to face with someone, there is a certain amount of insecurity
Mm-hmm.
because you should be secure enough to voice an opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mature
Even-
enough, eh?
Yeah, even if we disagree.
Yes.
Let us say I tell you that flower is yellow and you think it's orange. And you say, well, I think the flower is orange. You just don't have to agree with me. Yes, it's yellow when you see an orange. So okay, so all right, it's yellow, it's orange. It's yellow, it's orange. Well, tell me why you think it is orange.
They probably they have a good and a keen idea of mixtures of colors.
Yeah. So if I could see now your point because maybe I was missing something and I am seeing yellow. But you probably know a little more about mixtures, and you are seeing the orange tone.
Mhm.
So you just have to say, okay, I see your point now. So that's where you beg to differ,
And that's where the maturity comes in.
and that's where.
And it
But
doesn't have
not
to.
that you must never feel I know it all. I am correct. No.
Well, we have
No.
that. We have that on hand with in the human's framework, in the mind of the human.
Yeah.
You know, the resistance to logic.
Yeah. So.
It is said that mean comments on social media is prompted by a person feeling ignored or invisible in their real lives, right?
Well, to be feeling ignored come like a certain amount of insecurity, yeah?
Very good. And negative comments give them, that is the antagonist, the attention they crave.
Yeah, because there'll be other mean people who will support them.
Or somebody who is piqued at the thought of being, attacked, and you want to, but all it does is engender strife.
Of course, because
Right?
it's
It's a
going to
tit for
become
tat now.
tit for tat.
Yeah.
And then others looking on and reading will recognize that, well, wait now, where is this thing going? And you make yourself look not so good.
Right. And then they said there's also that need in the antagonist to bring others down so that you will feel better. Right?
Yeah,
To feel superior.
yeah.
So, and in fact, it is an attention seeking device when people are mean on social media. Right? So, the idea would be to really avoid hostile online environments.
Yeah.
And if we could do that, if we could just get away from the hostility on
And
online.
to get away is by not responding.
Well, yes, but even if we want to appeal to the antagonist to say, hey, this does not help your growth. I mean, of course, we are not in any position as qualified psychologists to say that. But we know it would be far better for people who are hostile on social media that you just have to let the situation ride.
Yeah.
And if you go to apologize, I'm not saying you shouldn't apologize. Maybe if you made an error in some statement, you have offended, and it's a genuine error, and it's a genuine retort that has come your way. You should be mature enough to say, listen, friend, I'm very sorry, and I mean it. Not in the tone perhaps that I'm saying it now, because you like to tell me, Lancy boy, you gotta watch that tone, right? Because tone depicts something
Yeah.
that is contrary that in your mind, right?
Yeah.
I might want to apologize, but I don't have the tone for it. And therefore, it doesn't come out good. But if you are genuinely affected and you ask me, you say something that you want to clarify a situation, and I am mature enough to say, I am sorry.
Of course.
That is why it works, It works in marriage, it works with the children, it works in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
it works on the job.
But it just seemed that some people could never say they're sorry, I don't know why, but I have heard people said, he will never say sorry, or she will never say sorry. And usually what they say is true. What? He would never say sorry, or she would never say sorry. So, if you were not brought up in an environment where people genuinely concerned about a happy life together and to not to want to offend, and you, from a child, you learn to say you're sorry, it's very difficult as an adult to say sorry. Even some little children, you tell them, say you're sorry, and they will not say it.
Yeah. Well,
So sometimes, if you wait on somebody to tell you they're sorry, you wait forever. If you're waiting on someone to say you're sorry, to be able to move on, you better just turn the next cheek.
But I'll tell you though.
If you want to think, because that person not gonna say they're sorry.
Well, I'll tell you, the person who can't say they're sorry will be forever in bondage.
Of course.
In bondage in terms of your growth development, it's going to be hindered.
Yeah.
But if you can really smile it over and say, well, you can say, I love my wife, I love my marriage, I love my roti. But Louise, girl, I thank you though. I do not know that we have got to the depth of what I had in mind as regards maturity, but I thank you for the help. And I thank you for over the years being a mature person. And at times when my maturity really slipped, you were there for me to help me. And I really appreciate you for that. Right?
Yeah, well, it goes both ways, Lancy. There are some areas, some topics we can excel in maturity, and at other times the other one will excel.
Yes.
Because of, strengths. We all have strengths in different ways. And again, to be mature is to recognize you are strong in this area, and you use the person where they are strong. And in the areas that you are weak, the strong one can fill in.
That's right.
And that is teamwork. Even in the workplace. Even in the workplace, somebody might be able to talk and get across to people better. They can relate to people, and therefore if there's a questionnaire to be done, this person will get the information you want. And then the other person's strength is to write a proper report. And another one will do better in-depth research work. So as a manager, you use the people in the areas that they are strong. And it's not that one worker is better than the other worker. We all have our strengths.
That's right.
And maturity too is to accept that it's not that you better than me or I better than you, but you have strengths and I have strengths and somebody else have a different strength. And we all have something in us that makes us help our self-esteem.
That is nice. I really appreciate that. Well, I am sorry that I don't have, thank you very much for your input, Louise. It has been great. I don't have a list of, people to shout out, but I can guarantee our viewers that we really, really don't have the memory for shouting out.
Well, I would like to shout out to Kavita and
Anup.
Anu.
Yeah, Anup.
We hope, Kavita, that everything will work out well for you. We have been thinking about you. We would like to shout out to Lydia, Patricia,
Sabi Bola,
Deborah,
Patricia Beno, I think it is.
Yes.
Betty from Florida.
yes,
Shanta and Tony,
Shanta and
Sergio,
Tony,
Belinda Plummer, all these.
Lyndon, Kimberly, Lasana, all the YouTubers, Videsh,
Dinesh,
Vinesh, Knockapat,
Nakapat, Love in the House and all.
Love in the House,
yeah.
Happy Face,
Happy Days. Yeah.
my younger sister.
Faz, actually her
Faz.
name coming up, Faz, yes.
Yeah, I met
Sharon
Diane
Mohammed, yeah.
yesterday in the mall.
Sandra, Diane, okay.
Yes, Sandra Nunes.
Yes, out in Canada there, yes, very good.
Yeah.
We'll get a
moving
list,
right
Louise.
along.
We will get a list and we'll do it properly.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
we're thinking about you all, and we hope that we continue to be of some help to you all. As I say, we are not psychiatrists or psychologists, but experience is a great teacher, and we really like to share what we have learned over the years. We just would like to share with others, not that we are qualified to be talking on the topic, but we feel that the little we have to share, it can help us. And Indra, Bimpi Indra, lots of people that have reached out to us, and the names are so many. But
You could wave to them. Let's
we
wave.
do appreciate you all.
Let's wave to the people.
Bye.